Welcome to the I'm a Busy Guy show. My name is Vince LoCascio, and I'm a busy guy. I've got a busy lady here tonight. Her name is Iliana Incandela. She's been the winner of the David Award and a former Columbus Day Queen. She's also a recording artist and owner of Isquared freelance design business. Iliana, welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here tonight.
Thank you very much for having me.
Well, the busy thing that you're working on now mostly is your as a recording artist.
Yes.
Tell me, where do we start here? What was your musical inspiration to get you started?
Musical inspiration. I've been pretty much singing my whole life, and it started with my dad because he and his family are super musical, super musically talented. And it just kind of felt really natural for me to follow in that path of life, and I love it. So I started doing musicals, and then I started, following my dad around when he would do gigs and singing in his restaurant.
Enzo.
Enzo, yes. And they started to call me to do festivals and weddings and all kinds of private parties and functions. And it just worked out that, my name grew. And then I was like, I think it's time for me to start making some original stuff. So
tell me about some of the musicals that you did.
Well, back in the day.
Any stand out in mind?
Let's see. When I was younger, I did a lot of the high school's musicals. I was a second grader maybe, and they were calling me.
Oh, that young?
Yeah. They were calling me at the high school to try out for roles, and I did some Maine East high school musicals, and I tried out for Les Mis, but I was so nervous at the audition that I completely bombed it. But I think if I were to try out again, I could definitely, because I've got that confidence now.
Nice. And I should say welcome back to the show, because
Thank you.
You were on the show before.
Yes, I'm happy to be back.
When you were reigning Columbus Day Queen, which we'll talk about a little bit later.
Yes.
But while you were on, you told me a little story about just a memory you have of with the family driving through Sicily. Can you tell us again a little bit about that?
Okay, yes. Well, we are Italian. My parents, I'm first generation. My parents are from Sicily, and they would take us when we were younger, we meaning my sisters and I, they would take us through Sicily in this little Ford Escort, 2 doors, all 6 of us, crammed in this car. And we would drive from my dad's town to my mom's town across the island. It was like a 3-hour drive. And we would literally sing songs on the way, and we felt like we were in, a Disney movie. And
like an Italian Sound of Music.
It was really, it was like the Sound of Music. It was so funny.
And now I'm looking at your information, but you speak Italian and English and Spanish?
Yes, I do. Italian I learned in the house growing up, and I learned proper Italian, the Italian that is spoken all over Italy, from my mom. And my dad speaks it as well, but he also speaks a Sicilian dialect. So I understand that. I don't speak it because, like I said, it's not understood everywhere. And then I speak Spanish as well.
And sing in it as well.
And I sing in all 3 languages, yes.
Do you have some songs in Spanish? Because I know you had CDs in the past.
Right. I did a cover CD in Italian and in English, but I have not recorded anything in Spanish. We're working on that right now. That's my current endeavor.
And that's a big, big market.
It is a huge market, and I feel so connected to it, too. I love Latin culture. I love the Spanish language. People always say, you're the best Mexican non-Mexican, because I'm so into that culture.
It's a big compliment. Yeah. And speaking of the Spanish, tell me a little bit about you lived in Spain for a while?
Yes, I did. When I was 17, I moved to Madrid to work with my sister. She was the director of public relations for Hugo Boss. So I asked her, could I be an intern for you? And she's like, okay.
Nice.
Moved to Madrid, and that's how I learned Spanish. I took, classes here when I was in junior high, but then when I moved there and I did my internship, it was just, I was inundated, and I had to really learn the language.
Do you feel, because they both obviously come from the Latin language or derivative, but was it easy to go from one to the other?
It was, because a lot of the roots are similar, a lot of the structuring of the language is similar, and it was easy. But I think that you really have to live in a place to become super fluent in that language, and that helped me be conversational in my Spanish living in Madrid.
And which also, I mean, you talked about, because your mom Nella is an instructor.
Right.
So, I mean, you couldn't ask for a better way to be learning it properly.
That's right. That's right.
To learn the Italian and the Sicilian from your dad.
Yeah.
Other internships you've had with Ron Onesti in entertainment, tell me a little bit about what you did with that.
Well, when I was starting college and I sang at an event and Ron was there, and I had always wanted to work in entertainment, whether it was behind the scenes or in front of the scenes. I said to him, "Can I intern for you?" And he's like, "Sure, you start Monday." So my first assignment was booking Zucchero, an Italian rock and jazz artist, booking his United States tour.
The whole tour?
Most of it. There were a couple of locations and cities in the United States that hadn't been chosen, and he was like a month and a half away from coming. So, I got to it my first day of work and started booking these venues and finding locations for him to come. And then Ron also had me help out with the festivals and
of which you do appear at quite a few of his
yes,
festivals, right?
He invites me to perform at his festivals all the time, and I'm so grateful to him for that. And it's just a lot of fun for me because the audiences are people that we see, that I see all the time in the Italian community, and
it's a following.
It's a family. It's a lot of fun for me.
And you do appear with your dad.
Yes, I appear with my dad, and we have this little shtick that we do on stage. It's me making fun of him and back and forth, and people really enjoy it. And it's honestly how we are as father and daughter. Crazy, ridiculous.
Well, that's great. And,
yes.
and tell me a little bit about the Hoboken Fest.
Oh, yes. I think it was 2 years ago. Ron invited me to perform at the Hoboken Italian Fest in Hoboken, New Jersey. And
home of Frank Sinatra.
Home of Frank Sinatra and Buddy Velastro's Cake Boss, which was
Buddy?
literally
listening, buddy?
literally around the corner from where I performed. The stage was practically on the Hudson River, and the backdrop was New York City skyline.
Wow.
And I had started singing, and the audience was pretty scattered, and then literally hundreds of people started coming towards the stage, and I just felt, wow, I was so happy and so grateful that he had invited me to perform there and to get that opportunity. And people were really happy, so I built my fan base out there.
That's a big, big compliment,
yes.
Especially out there because they're a tough crowd.
It really is. And I mean, at 20 years old, doing this without a label or any, heavy financial support, it's really honorable. I'm honored to have that experience.
And now, with these internships, especially with the entertainment one, you're your own agent at this point?
You mean as far as me going out and getting these internships?
Yeah.
It's really, I think, I'm a go-getter. I've always been the type of person to hate being idle. I do not like not being productive. So if I'm interested in something, I'll pick up the phone or write an email and say, hey, I'm really interested in this internship. This is what I've done. This is what I can do. Can I talk to someone? And like my last internship working for a company that's a social media company, that's what I did. I literally wrote them an email and they said, come in for an interview.
Nice.
And I got the job.
So now we're at, you studied at Dominican University and you graduated summa cum laude?
Yes.
Laude? In graphic design and communications. Tell me a little bit about communications.
Communications. Well, I've always been the people person. I thought, graphic design is awesome, and I love that because I'm an artist and I feel really passionately about the work that I do. But I also don't always want to be behind a desk. I'm the type of person who needs to get up and talk to people, and I feel like speaking in public comes really easily to me. So I wanted to refine that skill and make it a career if I could, because you have to love what you do. And I figured if I'm skilled in it and I love it, it could be really fruitful.
Well, I mean, you've been blessed. The graphic design, the communications, the singing, the beauty, the playing,
thank
and all
you.
that,
That's
so
very nice.
You've been blessed. Tell me, please, in our busy people at home, about the David Award.
The David Award.
And what it is, and an award that you won.
The David Award is an award given to promising individuals in any given field. It could be law, it could be real estate, it could be music. And I, a couple years ago, won the David Award in entertainment. So I was very happy to have been nominated and to win that. And then this year, they invited me back to perform at the award ceremony. So it was nice to see, you know, the new candidates and everyone who had won these awards this year. And I did know most of them, a lot of them. So it was really cool to see my peers.
Nice. And then the Columbus Day Queen.
Yes.
How did you get nominated for that, or how do you enter, and how did you...
The Columbus Day pageant was literally something that I found out, I'd known about it all my life. And then one year, my mom was given a flyer from one of her coworkers, and they're like, oh, you know, your daughter should do this. And so she brought it home, and I was kind of like, oh, okay, I don't know if I want to do it. I don't know if I'm pageant material. But then I filled it out anyway, because you really cannot lose anything. You only have to gain. So I filled it out, participated literally a week before, filled it out, participated in the competition, and I won. I was super shocked, and I couldn't be more grateful. It was a really awesome experience, and it afforded me a lot of platforms to build my business, my career, met a lot of great people. So.
Well, plus the exposure. I mean, you were in the parade, first of all.
Oh, yeah, the parade. We got to do the White Sox. We got to go to the White Sox stadium and walk out on the field and take pictures. And it was really, all the appearances you make during that, those are like once-in-a-lifetime things.
Yeah.
So.
And you got to be on the Busy Guy Show.
And I got to be on the Busy Guy Show. That was my first time here. It was fun. A lot of fun.
Well, I mean, the Columbus Day thing is a great thing. And you did appearances all year for that, or?
Yes, I did appearances starting right after I won. Then the parade happened, and that was televised. And there was an after party with the parade, and I got to sing at that. And, you know, a lot of people started recognizing, oh, the Columbus Queen sings. So, hey, what else do you do? Can we hire you for this? And I got to sing at the opening of a huge fashion show in the city. And that was awesome because there was all kinds of media there, and it just really helped me get used to being in front of.
Well, they chose the right person, I mean, for your talents, but the exposure, to help promote the Italian-American community, of which we should be proud because we get all this press about, movies and that are negative against the Italian community. But,
right. I think that it's an unfortunate thing that they put us in a category.
Yeah, but I mean, a person like yourself helps get rid of that, show the positive part about us.
Yes, thank you.
And then along the way, you opened up for Il Volo.
Il Volo.
Il Volo in Milwaukee.
Yes, those 3 young tenors who are blowing up right now all over America, all over the world, really. They came on their United States tour, and they had done American Idol and The Ellen Show and Entourage, and I got a phone call from Ron Onesti, and he said, would you like to open for Il Volo? And I said, are you kidding? I would love to open for Il Volo. So they had their show in Milwaukee and at the Milwaukee Theater, and those boys are the most fun, outgoing kids that I've ever met, and they're so talented and super down to earth. We had a blast.
Nice. Well, I know something that they always do on the talk shows, and they say, they're talking about something. They say, do we happen to have a tape? And they, oh yeah, by the way, we do.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, we're going to show the latest video with you and T.L. Williams.
Yes, my new music video.
It's called Underrated, and it's written and produced by T.L. and produced and directed by Sean Ace.
That's right.
So why don't we show the video, and then we'll come back and talk about that.
Great, sounds good.
Do we have the tape?
Y'all don't know, I gotta shine everywhere I go. That's the portrait I wanna paint. Hang on your wall, Vincent Van Gogh. I get in my zone when that song come on and you hit that flow. Step in the spot, eyes bloodshot red with my horn out. I'm ready to go, I'm ready to blow. I told them I was real, they said you gon' have to show me. They act like they don't know me, soon enough they will. They wouldn't put me on and it used to drive me crazy. up and blowing up, and now they hate it. They thought they had me faded, thought that I'd never make it, but now they come around and say they feel like we related. Cause life is real, let a mofo know how I feel. See me with 101 jaws like I'm Cruella de Vil. Send me to the doctor because all these people say I'm ill. Fireworks like I just knocked one out of you and cellular. Did I tell you the deal? I told them I was real. They said you gon' have to show me. They act like they don't know me. Soon enough they will. They wouldn't put me on, and it used to drive me crazy. Now they gotta pay me. Times have changed. My jam they wouldn't play it, cause I was underrated. But now I'm showing up and blowing up, and now they hate it. They thought they had me faded, thought that I'd never make it, but now they come around and say they fam like we related. My jam they wouldn't play it, cause I was underrated. But now I'm showing up and blowing up, and now they hate it. They thought they had me faded, thought that I'd never make it, but now they come around and say they fam like we related. They tried to put me through it, play me to the left like I was stupid. Scared to get behind the kicks, they thought it would bring a financial ruin. But now they really bugging, come around like they a long lost cousin, trying to act like they was down from the start when we both know them. You wasn't. I remember clear how it all went down. Tree fell in the forest, wasn't no one around. Now everybody frontin' like they all heard the sound. Everybody acting like I run this town. But I ain't changed, it's what I always do. The only thing here that changed is you. So you can get down with it if you wanna, but just remember, man, I know the truth. My jam, they wouldn't play it, cause I was underrated. But now I'm showing up and blowing up, and now they hate it. They thought they had me faded, thought that I'd never make it, but now they come around and say they fam like we related. My jam, they wouldn't play it, cause I was underrated. But now I'm showing up and blowing up, and now they hate it. They thought they had me faded, thought that I'd never make it, but now they come around and say they fam like we related.
Wow. Who's that lady?
Thanks to my glam squad.
That was great. Tell me, how did you hook up with TL?
TL actually does a lot of work with my producer. My producer is Eric Miller. Eric E. Smooth Miller. Yes.
Okay, I got to pronounce it correctly.
He's a Grammy-nominated producer. So he works with TL doing, the piano stuff so that he can build his tracks. And TL and I just clicked, and he said, hey, you want to be on one of my songs? Do you want to feature on one of my songs? And I said, of course. So we recorded it at TL's studio, and TL really, he did everything on that song. He wrote it, he produced it, he was in the studio with the mics, adjusting everything. He's an engineer, and he's super talented. The way he plays instruments, just the way that he raps, he has really smart lyrics, and that was something that I was attracted to, obviously, when I read, the proposal for that song. It's, hey.
So now where people want to see it, it's on YouTube for now.
It is on YouTube, on TL Williams' YouTube channel. And all you have to do is type in TL Williams featuring Iliana, underrated, and you'll find it.
But it's not available on a CD yet?
Not yet on a CD, no.
I imagine it'll do quite well once it is.
It's pretty much getting a lot of hits. We had 1,000 hits in the first 3 or 4 days. So
really?
We were really happy about that, yeah.
Well, we'll do whatever we can to promote it.
Thank you.
Well. But now you're presently working on, with E. Smooth Miller, on something for yourself as well?
Yes, we are working, right now we're just, we're vibing out. We're trying to find the right sound for me, and coming out with dance hits and some stuff that you'll hear in the club, and I'm hoping to have some good stuff out within the next few months. So I'm really excited about that project because it's finally a chance to speak in my own voice. I've been covering music for a really long time, and that's how I built my fan base. But now I'm hoping, the fans will transfer over to the music that I'm doing. And so far, it's been an amazing response.
And then you'll continue to doing the fests?
Oh, yeah. I've been invited already to do the Milwaukee Fest after I opened for Il Volo in Milwaukee, I was asked immediately, like literally right after I got off stage, would you like to sing at the Milwaukee Fest for 4 days? So I'll be there July 19th through the 22nd in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
I haven't been, but I've heard that the Italian Fest in Milwaukee is just phenomenal.
It's really, I've heard so many great things about it. I've never been either, so to be asked to perform and have it be my first time is super exciting.
Nice. Tell me, I know you appeared countless times at the Alta Fest in Berwyn.
Yes.
Which is a great organization. You know, Joe Camarda, I should mention.
He's my...
But you've also appeared in Alta at their fest. Tell me how that came about. What that experience was like.
Yeah, this past September, I was invited. Well, actually, I was invited to a wedding, and I told my dad, I was like, I've never been. This is my first year not being in school. I've never been to the feast in your town. You know, I've done the one in Berwyn, but I want to go to the actual town and see the atmosphere. And wow, it was absolutely incredible. And then, you know, I sang one night on their festival stage, and the response was super great from the Italians as well. They were really, really happy. I got to sing with my dad. He came out and did a feature on one of the songs, and the roar in the piazza was just incredible. And my dad's like, you can thank me. People came out for me. So they gave me a plaque, and they're like, you are invited back next year. We will pay for your ticket. We love you. And so
must have made you very proud. I mean, knowing the fact that that's where your ancestors are from.
Oh yeah, I was super, super proud, and I got really nostalgic. You know, that's where my grandparents are from, and I think that, you know, they're no longer living, but I think that they would be proud to be like, look,
sure
you
they
know,
were looking down.
Though she lives in America, she still remembers and knows where she's from, and she's doing something in that town. And you know, I was happy about it. I know my dad is too. So
nice. I know you make everybody proud.
Thank you.
Now you got things going on with your own design company, Isquared Designs.
Isquared Designs, yes. After I graduated, I was so, you know, like any fresh college graduate, nervous. What am I going to do? Who am I going to work for? And I thought, you know, I'm not going to wait around until a job falls in my lap. I'm going to go after it and create my own business. So I made myself some business cards. Being a designer, it helps. Yeah. And I, you know, started talking to people and getting clients, and my business has grown so much, and I have amazing clientele. And I don't have my own website because I've been so busy working on other people's.
That's why you're on the show here.
Working on other people's websites and doing their logos and doing all of their marketing. So.
But it is under construction now.
Yes, my website is under construction, so eventually that will be up.
And I believe it's up on the screen, but to find out more about you, it's facebook.com.
Yes.
Iliana1.
No, facebook.com/IlianaMusic1. And that's ILIANA.
And what do you see for your goals then?
Well, there's so many things that I would like to accomplish, but I know that within the next year I am hoping to have original music out and circulating and building my fan base, and I hope that my design business continues to grow and be lucrative, and eventually I hope to do something that will really impact the community and, you know, just people who need. And yeah.
Must be proud. What would your advice be to, you know, some little girls or whatever, boys that are watching this and saying, you know, that's what I'd like to do. I'd like to be a singer one day. What?
Well, definitely stay in school. Try and go as far as you can go in your education. For me, it just so happened to be the end of college, and I graduated summa cum laude with a degree that I'm really happy with. And if you have a hobby, something that you really love, pursue that. You know, your life can be so full if you center it around education and just and your hobbies and making yourself a better person.
Follow what you believe.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. You speak it. You have the occasion to speak Italian a lot, or I mean.
Oh, well, I do. I speak at home sometimes. Most of the time, my parents will speak to me in Italian, and I'll respond in English. But I've been working with a lot of Italian business people and individuals who are right now in Italy. So I am really exercising my Italian language. I'm working with the vocal coach from Il Volo and helping him because he's planning on opening some schools here for vocal training, and he's the most amazing person. And so, you know, I use my Italian with him, and then some Italian DJs and producers that I've been working with. So.
And will you be able to cross market your design company with Italians? I mean, over there?
You know, that would be really cool. That's something I haven't even considered, but because I'm so busy with the market here. But eventually, if, you know, duty calls, I don't say no to an opportunity. I'm all about that. I'm all about business.
I mean, because you do it with your music, I think it would be a great idea.
Yeah, I could definitely cross over from one realm to the other.
Isquared.
The international thing, I think, is the best way to go. You have to be versatile. You have to be able to be flexible and work in whatever field, because that's how you find success.
Yeah. Well, I can't thank you enough for being on the show. I know you'll be on again.
Thank you.
This is your second time, your repeat show. I was going to say repeat business.
I'm so happy. I'm glad. I hope that you'll invite me back.
Oh, I guarantee it. I'll make the invitation right now.
Oh, awesome.
So watch on YouTube, watch busyguy.co, on TV, on Comcast, and Iliana available on her. Oh, God, excuse me. Well, thanks for that. I got to take this phone call.
Okay, yeah.
Hello. With Iliana. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Bye. You know what? I forgot I have an appointment.
Oh.
So
great.
I got to leave. Here's some cannolis for you.
Oh, thank you.
Enjoy them.
Can't get enough of these.
Yeah, and you are busy. I know everybody's busy these days, but you are really busy. So good luck with that.
Thank you.
Isquared with TL and ci vediamo.
Thank you. Ci vediamo.
And how do you say busy guy? You told me.
Uomo impegnato.
Uomo impegnato.
Impegnato.
Ciao. Impegnata. What did I say?
Impegnato.
Impegnato. You're impegnata.
Yes, that's right.
Ciao.
Oh.
I gotta leave.
It's okay. I'm going to enjoy these cannoli.
All right. Bye-bye.
Ciao.